Hey, what is up guys? Dreadful here, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the new Rodion E.G.O and the middle ID, Big Brother, Ricardocliff. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first off we have Rodion as E.G.O. I don't remember which Abno this is from, but it's alright. It's only a ZAYIN anyways. sorry Rodion fans. Anyways. Oh, we have the E.G.O passive here. If Rodius's leftmost space attack skill is either Wrath or Lust, at attack end, deals X% of the damage dealt against the main target with that skill as the corresponding affinity damage to a random enemy. Okay. If this unit dealt maximum possible damage with the above effect, gain affinity damage up for the corresponding turn, or, well, the corresponding next turn, and disable the above effect from triggering for... Okay, so you do have a limit there for some turns. Scarlet Moth, heal HP, SP equal to stack, and then loses some stack. Okay, into the sunset, so single coin. Gains clutch power for every burn and bleed. Heals, probably I'm gonna assume 2 to 3 allies that have the lowest HP up to Y% of max HP and apply Scarlet Moth to the said allies, okay? Heal additional allies equal to Lust Resonance minus X. Okay. If the healed ally has equipped a Lust skill, heal X SP on the ally as well. Inflict Burn, Bleed, Wrath Fragility, and Lust Fragility. Okay, and then the Corrosion here obviously targets randomly. Deals more damage for every burn and bleed on all targets, and if it's Wrath A Resonance or Lust A Resonance, deals more damage. Lose base power for every cracked coin. Okay, makes sense because I do see Unbreakables there. Apply X Scarlet Moth Y times between random allies. And then burn count, Wrath Fragility, and then bleed, and then Lust Fragility. Alright. Overall, not it's looking really good. Though, I suspect that because it's a ZAYIN, it's not going to replace Blue Sex anytime soon, but that's okay. But yeah, it's good to know that this is another healing ego gift that Rodion can utilize. As long as you have a burn and bleed on the enemies, of course, but yeah, overall I'm kind of excited to see how this plays out. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy, but for a healing ego, it's at least just an alternative, because I don't know if they'll go ahead and make this as good as Fluid Sax, but then again, if they do, then that's something. But I don't think so. But anyways, on to the main event. We have just Control Tap. We have the main man himself, Ricardocliff. Let's start off with his passives, of course. Obviously, his main mechanic here. I was also surprised that this was just one like image, so definitely gonna make it a little bit easier for me. Chains of Loyalty, if any middle faction allies... Oh wait, this is for support quest. Oh, that's okay, we can read it. Killed during the combat this turn. Middle faction allies gain attack power up this turn and next turn. Okay. And Book of Vengeance for Heathcliff. Offense level, defense level based on the stack. And then Vengeance stack 2's base skills deal more damage based on stacks. Okay. Book of Vengeance. If this unit or any middle faction allies are hit by an enemy, inflict Vendetta Mark, and then he obviously will gain some Book of Vengeance. And then if the ally dies, gain Book of Vengeance for himself. And then at a certain amount of Vengeance statues, he will replace the base skill with Complete and Total Extermination. So similar to Riensang, where it prioritizes the leftmost slot's bottom, or the leftmost slot, or whatever like slot. It's actually no, Riensang is with the skill 3. Never mind. But it'll prioritize the left slot's bottom row. Um, if the replace skill becomes inaccessible due to being replaced by a different skill, activate the above effect again. And then change the battle music until turn end. Ayo. We get to see, like, going from the skill 3, which is my hair coupons, over to complete and total extermination. And then the battle music changes until the turn ends. Alright, that's interesting. Okay, Project Moon, I see what you're doing. Combat start. If this in the turn, if this unit just substituted in or returned to the field, use my hair coupons on a random target. Tag end of the said skill. Apply offense level up and defense level up on all middle faction allies. Alright. So, Vengeance Tattoo Resonance. Let me just zoom in a little bit. If middle faction allies have defense skills equipped, take less damage from unopposed attacks for this turn, and add a certain envy resonance. Adjacent to this unit on the dashboard cannot be staggered by damage as long as they have usable counter skills equipped in their slots. And then add X envy resonance that applies to all middle faction allies. Alright. I think that's it, because it's just. Yeah. Oh wait, no, we have one more. The Big Brother. Okay, here we go. Gain Vengeance Tattoo based on envy resonance. If an enemy attacked any of the middle faction allies, including this unit, use kicking on the said enemy as an unopposed attack at the attack end of the said attack of the enemy's skill. Okay. Now, let's go on to his skills. Burn and Bleed. Okay. I think what they're trying to do with this. Okay, so we know that the middle has been exclusively like bleed. Burn's a little bit interesting because I don't remember if we saw like Ricardo doing any burn moves, especially during the 5-30 and 7.5-24. Um, but yeah, bleed is obviously what we expect from the middle after all. Burn's a little bit interesting because with burn, I expect that to obviously be with Kira, and we already have Kiara Ishmael, and Matthias Otis whenever she comes out. So having burn on Big Bro Heathcliff is interesting. But yeah. Anyways, obviously it's what we expect. If you have like two of whatever the identities as main like keywords are, you're gonna gain coin power. It's gonna be like that for skill 2, skill 3, and then yeah. If the target has Vengeance Mark, it gains some power up, and he also gains some aggro. Lower users stagger threshold. Okay. Inflict if target has Vengeance Mark, heal SP, and then bleed burn, bleed burn. Watch your back. I also see the little icon there. Nice. Apply offense level up on allies adjacent to this unit on the dashboard. The skill gains highest resonance divided by X offense level. Which, let's be real, if you're going to run a middle team, Envy is going to be your highest one. If the target has Vengeance Mark, gain found power, aggro, bleed count, burn count, bleed, inflict paralyze. Okay, there we go. That was one thing I was kind of wondering with Ricardocliff is that are they going to transfer over paralyze with normal like Ricardo? It looks like they did. And then inflict burn. My hair coupons. Final power for burn bleed, and then for every envy resonance, uh, gains more offense level depending on what's your highest resonance. More final power, vengeance mark. Add NBA resonance gain attack weight, which that's pretty easy to do because he's already got like three of the because three copies here, two copies here, and one copy here. But essentially, it's like three envy altogether. More damage based on excess attack weight beyond number of actual targets. Gain Vengeance Tattoo based on the number of enemies killed using the skill. Unbreakable Coin. If you like to bleed, burn, and then deal Envy Resonance times X percent of the skill's final damage as blood bonus damage. Okay. And then obviously, complete and total extermination. Can't be reused by Rusty Coin and Mirror Dungeons, so that's kind of to be expected. More damage for every missing HP on self. Final power, defense level, so same stuff that we've been seeing. For every enemy using the skill, gain an ego resource of a random least owned affinity. Consume Vengeance Tattoo on self. And then we have the if the target is just stagger, deal more damage, bleed, burn, tremor, and then tremor burst. Alright. And then more bonus damage. Okay. Overall, I am kind of glad that this identity or this kit overall is a lot more simpler compared to the numerous amount of season 7 kits that we've been getting. But yeah, overall, this is gonna be pretty exciting. I don't expect him to be anything groundbreaking, but he will be very interesting to play around with, especially my hair coupons. I think is gonna be the funny one. But yeah, as for fatalities, either Slash or Pierce, I'll because I wouldn't be surprised if it's Pierce, especially because Indigo Elder shot his shoulder off, and Slash mostly because like that's like with a 5.30 dash or 5-30, but I don't think so. I think it's gonna be Pierce. But yeah, overall, I'm kind of glad that you know that we finally have the main man himself. But yeah, without any further ado, though, I'm going to sign on and off from now. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to play with him, obviously with Middle Sinclair, and do the 7.5-24 duo. And also, I also have some other things, obviously with Kira Ishmael and Middle Ricardo brother Heathcliff with 5-30. But anyways, that's all from me, and I will see you guys later. See ya.